Okay, welcome back to the Hunter Called the Wild. I'm the gray-haired gamer, your host, and with me, where is Gunner the Wonder Dog? Well, that question is the whole point of today's episode. We're going to continue with our new player guide. This is part 3, where we're going to be talking about the hunting dog. Are they your friend or are they your foe? Now, like so many things in the game, if you do not use your equipment and your tools properly, they can cause more harm than good, and your dog is no exception. So today we're going to go over everything about the dog. We're going to purchase a brand new dog, tell you about what they can do, how to get them experience, and most importantly, how to give them commands, when to give them commands, and what commands to give them in a particular situation. So of course you have to start off by buying the hunting dog DLC. And once you do that, when you come over to your store here, your cache, you will notice here on the left we have a brand new mini tab here called the Kennel. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look at that. And now you'll see we do have 2 dogs in our kennel right now, including Gunner the Wonder Dog, and we can also purchase dogs. Now they are quite expensive, $45,000. When you get the DLC, you do get 1 dog for free. So let's go ahead and we're going to purchase a dog. And we're going to start going through what they can do and how they do it. Alright, now I am on Xbox, so your controls may be a little different. But if you look there on the left, you can see we can buy a Bloodhound. He is or she is a tracker and costs $45,000. Now I am crossing my fingers and I am hoping that somewhere down the line they do come out with some other types of dogs. Because while the Bloodhound is very, very good for tracking blood and tracking animals, once you shoot them, a pointer would be very, very awesome dog to have that would enable you to track animals before you shoot them and track not only blood but to track the actual animals themselves. As well, a third type of hunting dog, a retriever, would be an excellent dog for those of you who are big into the duck hunting, bird hunting, geese hunting, etc., that you can make the kill and have the dog go literally retrieve them and bring them back for you. But those are only my hopes. There is nothing like that been talked about, rumored, or confirmed in the game. Now, if you look over on the right, you'll see there, said for Xbox, I can hit X and pick what color dog I want, and you can see there are some very, very different ones. Okay, so you can customize that however you like. There we go. And again, this is not like Walmart. Be very, very sure of what you have selected before you hit that buy button. There are no refunds, there are no returns. So we're going to go with a black and tan full coat, and we can hit Y to have a male or a female. We'll go ahead with a male, and we're going to buy this dog, and then we will have to give him, in this case, give him a name. Okay, so there we gave him the name Siegfried, a great name out of German and Norse folklore. And so now we have our dog. Now you'll notice here we have Siegfried selected, and on the left we have all our available dogs, Siegfried, Freya, and our trusty Gunner. And it does give you the levels that they are at. Siegfried, since he is brand new, is 1 and 1. That means he is level 1 as a companion and level 1 as a tracker. we do have Gunner the Wonder Dog here. He is maxed out level 30 as a companion and level 15 as a tracker. In the middle, it does give a description, and on the right, it gives a more complete breakdown of how experienced they are, and as companion, as a tracker, the traits, and then one very important thing underneath that on the right, it says set as active. All right, so that's how we pick what dog we want to have out. Okay, so we want to pick Siegfried this time, so we'll set him as active. We get the little check mark there, and he'll be ready to go. Now, one other thing, just because you have bought a dog and you have him active does not mean that you have to have him active all the time. You can put him back in the kennel, and that is as simple as going back into your cache. You can't do it anywhere else. Go back to your kennel, select the dog, and now down in the bottom right, instead of set as active, we have kennel. So if we hit that, the little check mark goes away, and our dog is gone. He's back in the kennel. It's as simple as that. So just because you have the dog out doesn't mean you have to have him out all the time. But we do want to have Siegfried out here. And where's he at? He's around here. There he is. There he is. Okay, so now that we're away from the store, away from the cache, we can show you something else. And that is under your main menu, you'll notice a new sub-tab here, and that is the hunting dog. Alright, so we're going to go and have a look at that. Okay, now this does give us current stats on the active dog. This will not give us stats on any other dogs that we have in the kennel, as well as if all our dogs are in the kennel, this will provide no information at all. This will only provide information on your currently active dog. Okay, so we can see we have Siegfried out here. He's a Bloodhound. We have two tabs, his status and his traits. Just like you as a hunter, dogs have two different kinds of experience. They level up as a companion, and they level up as a tracker. And also, like you as a hunter, they also get like skills or perks, but for the dog, they call them traits, and we'll go over those in just a moment. You can see that we have Siegfried out here. He is level 1 companion, and he has already started to level up. He's up to 16%. He is still at 0 as a tracker. We'll talk about how they get that experience in just a moment, but two very important things we want to look at on the screen is, one, the focus, the 3 little lightning bolts, and the bond. Okay, now focus is how much energy your dog has when you put them on task. Okay, so if we were to tell Siegfried to go start tracking blood, it would start to use up that focus. Okay, and the longer he is on that trail, the more focus he will use. And since he is only a level 1, he can go through, it is possible for him to go through all that focus and potentially lose the trail. Okay, but as he levels up, he will get more and more focus. The other one is the bond, the little hearts down there. And what the bond is one, when you have more hearts in there, your dog will respond quicker when you give commands, and as well, they will gain companion experience quicker. The more hearts they have, the closer a bond you have with your animal, the more experience they get as a companion. Okay, so let's talk about experience. Like I say, to get companion experience, you don't have to do anything. You just have to have your dog active out here running around with you. Like I said, we've already been out here just a few minutes. We haven't done anything. We haven't gone and hunted anything. And already our dog is now, he's up to 33% of level 1 as a companion. All right. If we increase those number of hearts, he will get experience quicker. And how we do that is there's a couple different ways. All right. We're going to first off tell him to sit, and we will go over these commands more in a little bit, but it's just easier. To give basic commands, now on the Xbox, again, your commands may be a little different, but for Xbox, I hold down on the D-pad and it brings up this radio menu. And we can tell him to do different things. We can tell him to sit, we can tell him to stay, to lay down, to track blood. They will not track tracks, they will only track blood. So this is only good after you shoot an animal. We can tell him to heal, which will keep him right literally at our heel, hence the name. And we can praise him for doing a good job. Okay? You can see by praising him, we just got 1 heart there on the right. Okay, so now as a companion, he's going to get experience just a little bit quicker. And when we give him a command, he's going to respond just a little bit faster. Another thing we can do is when we approach the dog, it's easiest when they are sitting. You can see now when we get in range, we have this other radial menu, says hold down to interact. Okay, we get another radial menu here, but it has some little bit different commands in it. We still have sit, we still have stay, we still have lay down, but we also have pet. And that's literally you pet your dog. Okay. We have, we got to get in that, have that command. We have play. Now you can see we have 2 hearts as we've been interacting with our dog. And now he'll get experience just a little bit faster yet. And he will respond just a little bit quicker. And then the other one is to give a treat. And there you literally give him a cookie. Now he's 3 hearts. He's my best friend. He is going to get the maximum experience he can right now as a companion just out here running around. Okay, so the first question you're probably going to ask is, okay, where did you get the cookies? Where did you get the biscuits? All right, and that can be found in the store. And again, these are only available once you buy the DLC. Excuse me. Now, if we go in our store and we go down to our consumables, where we have our first aid kits, we have our scent blocker. Now we have Doggie Biscuits. They are kind of pricey, $4,000, but you do get 25 of them. And you don't have to feed them to them constantly, just once in a while whenever those hearts get down. And you can buy, see, we've already bought 40, we got 42 of them. Now, this item is a little bit different than the rest of your items in your inventory. Like when you buy a gun, you have to take it from the store, take it from storage, and put it in your inventory. Okay, now that part is the same. Like we go down here to our consumables, our equipment. You can see I already have my Doggie Biscuits taken from my storage and put in my inventory. See how they go back over in your storage. So when you first buy them, they will be in your locker. You have to put them in your storage. Okay? And that is all you have to do. Now, if we look at our inventory and our equipment, you can see we have Doggie Biscuits, but we do not have to equip them. They do not take up a space in our quick access inventory. Okay, so that is the one thing that's different. You just have to have them on you. And then you can give your dog the biscuits. Okay, so that is a very good way of keeping those hearts up, keeping him getting good experience. Okay, now one very other important thing is, okay, we can give commands anywhere. We don't have to be facing the dog. We don't have to be near the dog. We just push down on that D-pad, and you can see he's already lost 1 heart. And we can give him the basic commands: sit, stay, lay down, track, heal, praise. Okay? We don't have to be anywhere near the dog to do that. But, as I said, to get to that interaction menu, you have to approach the dog where you see this extra command. And that is the part that lets us play, pet, and give the goodies. So there, we interacted with the dog. He's right back up to 3 hearts. Okay, when your dog is new, you want to try and keep those hearts up, keep him getting good experience as a companion. Okay, the other way for him to get experience is as a tracker, and that's going to be very important. That is your dog's main job, is to be tracking for you. But he only gets experience as a tracker when he is actively tracking. When you have shot an animal, when you have that blood trail, then you give him the track command, and he will go search for blood. Not necessarily the one you want. If you have multiple animals shot, say you come across the herd and you pop 2 or 3 animals, he will track the nearest blood spot. Okay? You do not get to pick and choose what trail he follows. He will go find the nearest one and start tracking it. So if you have multiple animals down or multiple animals wounded, you set him to track one, you go find that animal, come back to where you shot him, tell him to track a second time, he will track the second animal, etc., etc. Now you notice there Gunner, or Siegfried here, I'm used to saying Gunner, just leveled up as a companion. Like I said, we didn't have to do anything. We just had to have him out here with us. You can see he is now a level 2 companion. Okay? He is still only a level 1 tracker because we haven't gone and shot anything. We're not using him as a tracker. Now, one very, very important thing, we have told Gunner here, or Siegfried again, I'm sorry, to sit. Now, he will stay there and he will sit until one of 2 things happen. Okay? One, if we give him another command, if we tell him to heal, you can see right above our mini-map, we have a little box there telling us his status. He's healing. So he's going to come over and he's going to hang right by our side. Okay? I'm going to tell him to sit back down again. Okay? So the second thing, actually we want him to heal over here. Second thing that can happen is we move too far away from our dog. Okay, we're going to tell Gunner to sit, or Siegfried to sit right there, and we're going to keep our eyes on him, and we're going to start moving away. See, he's staying. Right above our mini-map there, our little mini compass, we have our little status. Now, when we get to about 50 meters, you'll see his status change. He'll give a bark, and his status will change from staying to healing. There, 55 meters. Okay? He automatically does that, whether we give him a command or not. Okay? And that is to keep you from losing your dog, basically. Alright, so that can be a very good thing. 1, you don't lose your dog. But 2, it can be a bad thing that if he does that at a time you don't want him to. If you're standing right next to a big old buck, a big old trophy, the last thing you want is your dog to come running in and possibly spook that animal. So knowing that 55 meters is very important. And a little later on in this video, we're going to go out here and we're going to shoot some stuff and show you how this works in real world situations. And we are going to put that to the test. Okay? Now, with back to experience, if we look at our hunting dog, you can see he is now a level 2 companion, level 1 tracker. And we did say before that your dog does have traits. He gets skills, he gets perks, just like you do as a hunter. Now, those are based on his level as a companion. Okay, his level as a tracker has nothing to do with unlocking traits. It's all in the companion. So if we look at the traits, you can see we get our first one when he becomes a level 5 companion, second at 10, 15, 20, etc. And for each milestone, you get a choice of 2 traits to pick for him. You can only pick one, so you have to decide. Now, our first one's going to be at level 5. We have loving. which we have increases its bond, or we have shortcut, which he can skip detour tracks in favor of more recent clues. I personally, if you're going to use your dog as a tracker, I recommend shortcut for a couple reasons. One, by petting your dog and playing with them, giving them the cookies, you can keep that bond, those hearts up, and keep those hearts full without wasting a perk. Okay? Reason number two is a lot of animals, when you shoot them and they go running off, they will run off, come back, run off, and sometimes double their tracks, triple their tracks, go over the same area again and again and again. Okay? So this perk is very, very useful for cutting through all that. That if your dog goes into a spot where they've doubled over their tracks, he won't follow it exactly. He'll go to the most recent track and take that tour, or take that path. So you're not running the entire distance. You're cutting down the time it takes to track, the distance you have to run. So that is a very, very useful trait, more so than just having your bond, like I said, that you can take care of just by interacting with your dog a bit. The other ones we'll talk about. You can read them and decide which that you want for yourself. But that's how that works. Okay, so we got Siegfried here at Loving. Let's check our time, 7:40. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go out here and see if we can find us an animal to shoot and show you how to get Gunner, or Siegfried, I'm sorry, I'm so used to saying Gunner. Get him experience as a tracker. Like I said, to have him get experience as a companion, you don't have to do anything. He just has to be out and with you. Okay, but one thing you want to do, we have that focus, those lightning bolts. That's our dog's energy. When we're not actively using our dog, just let him idle. Okay? That'll keep up that energy. And so when we need him to do something, he'll be fully ready to rock and roll. A lot of people will say heal, heal, heal all the time, and that can use up his energy. So when you have nothing going on, just let him idle. We have him healing now, and if we don't give him a command for a little bit, he will automatically go back to idle. Okay, so let's get on up here. And like I said, we got nothing around here. Nothing going on, no animals close by, so we're just going to let him chill. Now, when we get close to where we see animals, we hear warning calls, or like in this situation, we know there's a drink zone up here. When we get in there close, then we're going to do some very, very different things. Okay? But for right now, just let him idle, and we're going to make our way up in here, and he'll stay generally right beside you. Now, the coat color is just totally cosmetic, makes no difference in how the dog performs, how they get experience, anything like that. Same with male or female. It doesn't make a difference in how the dog... Oh, there we got... Okay, so we got animals right up here in front. So we spooked them. So immediately we crouch down and we tell our dog to lay down. Okay, that is a very important habit to get into. You may have already been crouching as soon as you see animals, but getting that second one, getting that dog to lay down. Now, you can have him sit, but he'll still be sitting up and can possibly be a target. And what I mean by being a target is he can possibly block your shot. It has happened to me too. Now, one thing we didn't cover... And you think, oh my God, you're going to call the ASPCA on me. I'm going to shoot this dog right between the eyes. Nope, I cannot. It is hardwired in the game. You cannot shoot your dog. Okay? Invalid target. Now, where that comes in to be a problem is if there is a deer standing right behind Siegfried here. I would not be able to shoot that deer because he's sitting right there. But... if I get in the habit of telling him to lie down instead of sit down, now I can shoot that deer right behind him. He's not in the way. Okay, so that's a very small point, but it becomes to be a very important point if that situation pops up. And it has with me. I told Gunner we were tracking some whitetail. I told him to sit down so he wouldn't make any noise, and literally had a big old 8-point, pop up right behind him, and I couldn't shoot him. Okay, so back to that, getting in the habit of crouching. So we make less noise, we're less visible as a hunter. Make that your second habit of telling your dog to lie down. So he lays down, he stops making noise, he's a small target, he's less visible, and has less chance of spooking your animals. All right, so now we have our dog lying down. He's going to stay there, like I said, till one of two things happen. We either tell him to come or heel, or we get 55 meters away. So now we can go ahead and move on out and sneak in on these animals and know that that dog is not going to be running around making noise. And there we got the animals right there in front of us. Now, when I first started this game and got the dog, I didn't know these things, and my dog would just run around willy-nilly. He'd be running out in front of me, to the side of me, bumping into me, actually shoving me while I'm trying to make shots, and he frustrated me till all, like you wouldn't believe, until I quit using the dog. But now, using these very simple commands, these very simple techniques, I love the dog. I control what he does. I control when he moves, where he moves, and all those issues disappear. And they can for you too. So now we can sneak on up here. Where did those deer go? Right there. And we know the 55 meters close to our dog, he's going to stay. And again, you always want to glance back at that your compass, that little box right above there. Now you can see as we sneak in here, that lying down is going to change to heel. But we're just going to take our time and sneak in on these deer. And it should be changing here pretty shortly. And it will, there he goes to heel. Okay, now he's going to run up. He's going to run up here wherever he was at. There he is. Okay, now is a spot where it could be dangerous because he could spook. So as soon as he gets up here near us, we're going to tell him to lay down again. And you notice we stopped back away from these animals. We knew this was going to happen with the dog was going to run up here. So we were prepared for it. Okay. So now the dog is in nice and close, and laying down again, making no noise, not being visible, and did not spook our animals. Now we can move another 55 meters out ahead, and this dog is going to stay put. So let's go on ahead and do that. We're going to sneak up into this bush. And these little deer should still be here. Yep, right there. Okay, 70 meters. We can do that. Now we are going to intentionally make a bad shot. We do not want an instant kill for this demonstration. So we're going to shoot her in the ass. And she's going. Okay, so now that that's spooked that animal, we can stand up. We can tell the dog to heel and follow us up here to where we shot this animal. And we're going to send our dog on her. Well, she didn't go that far. But we're going to send our dog on our first tracking mission. Okay, now this is the only way your dog will get experience as a tracker, to be actively tracking. Okay, now even though we have the blood right here, we don't have to be right next to the blood. We can be within like a 50-meter radius. Now these dogs have incredible noses, so we will intentionally go back away up here, probably about 20 meters or so. Okay. Say we come up here, we're not exactly sure where we hit the animal. We can't find the blood on the ground. That's okay. We just have to be in the general area. Now we give our dog that track command for the first time, and you will see now he is searching for blood. And he will run around in this area. It may take him a moment or two. As he levels up, that will get a lot quicker. Okay, there is going to tracking blood. That means he is on the trail. Okay, and he's not running very fast. Again, he's just a level 1 tracker. You have to level your dog up. You have to be patient with him. And he is going to lead us right to that harvest. And he leveled up as a tracker. Now our status above our compass is harvest found. Okay, so there are 2 ways now that we can follow the dog. We can either see him visually, like we can right now, or using our binoculars. Okay, there he is. Or we can use our hunter mate. Okay, and that on the Xbox is the left bumper. Okay, now it's kind of hard to see one, but we are the big white dot. Our dog is the smaller white dot. So we can track our dog using our hunter mate. So when he's out running, chasing that blood trail, a very common, very easy habit to get into is pull up that hunter mate so you can follow him around. Okay, so but he has found our corpse. So again, the status goes from tracking blood to harvest found, and he will sit there and continue to bark, 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 bark to let us know where to go to pick up this animal. Now, one important habit I get into here is as soon as he finds the animal, as soon as he finds that harvest, I do 2 things. You want to praise him. That helps him not only with his hearts as a companion, but does also help a little bit with his experience as a tracker. And then I immediately tell him to lay down. Okay, I do this for a couple of reasons. One, so that if there are any other animals in this area, that we don't have this dog in there bark, 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 jumping around, spooking everything else. Okay, he will immediately lay down and be quiet and not spook your other critters. Okay, another reason is that he will stay right there beside that harvest. So we can easily, even if we can't see him, if he's in dense trees and shrubs, we can still use that hunter mate and find our way right there. Animal right here, and we want to shoot that one too. Again, we don't have the dog barking, jumping around, scaring our animal, and we can take the shot on our second animal and know that he is going to stay right beside that first kill. Okay, there's Turnstile Champion in chat saying, great tip, thank you. Now, in this situation, our animal did not run very far. I tried to make a bad shot on purpose, so we would track him a little bit. But this one only went a little bit, and we could very easily see that with our own eyes where that animal went. But if we go over and pick up that animal ourselves, our dog doesn't get any experience. Okay? So even on these short little hops, these short little tracks, have your dog track them. Have your dog find that harvest. That is basically free XP for your dog. Okay? Now, once your dog is maxed out as a tracker, you don't have to do that. But for when they're very low level, that's very important. Get them all the XP you can. And you could see when he tracked this animal, he already went up to level 2 as a tracker. He went up 1 level for 1 animal. So every animal that you have him track is very, very important. Okay? Get him that free XP. Get him that easy XP. Okay, so he's laying down there. He's going to let me know right where this animal is, and we can come over and harvest it. And like I said, we tried to make a bad shot on purpose. And we're going to get our reward. So we didn't have to run around looking at the ground. Okay, where's the blood? Okay, which way is it going? Which way is it going? Okay, wait, he doubled back. Oh, shit. No, we get rid of all that garbage. We have our wonder dog here ready to rock and roll. Okay. So let's go through this again. We'll go up here and we'll see if we can find us another animal. We should have some more critters up here. So again, we're going to let him heal. And one nice thing I've noticed, they don't specifically say this, but when I'm standing, walking, or running through an area, he'll walk and run too. But when I crouch down, he will slow down. There you go. You can see he kind of slows down, and he makes less noise too. He's not totally silent, as if he's laying down, but he will kind of go into a stealth mode too. Okay, so we got 230 meters to go yet till we're up in the middle of this drink zone. So we're going to walk normally a little bit. We're going to keep our eyes open just like a normal hunt. And we're going to look for something to kill. And right there is another little roe deer. Okay, so again, our habits. You want to get going on. Immediately crouch down. Immediately have your dog lay down. Okay? Now, sometimes these controls can be a little bit of a pain in the ass. Sometimes you have to give them the command 2 or 3 times before it takes. I do hope that is something that the developers fix, but we have no guarantees on that. All right, so now we're in low visibility. We're in quiet mode, full stealth. Our dog is in full stealth, laying down, low visibility, no noise. And again, now we can start moving in. We can start stalking in, and we have 55 meters before that dog goes to move. So we're going to keep that in the back of our mind, and we're going to start stalking this animal. And she's actually coming to us, I think. Yeah, right there. All right, so there's 32 meters. We're going to take our shot. Again, we're going to shoot for the ass. So we can have Gunner or Siegfried track. There she goes running off. And she dropped. Yeah, the crossbow is too deadly. All right, so now that we spooked them, we can stand up. And we can either give our dog the command to heal, or, like I said, he will do it automatically when we get 55 meters. So we can walk, go ahead on up here, and he'll catch up. So there's our blood. Like I said, our dog will search an area for blood. We do not have to be right on top of it. So if we get up here, and I think I shot it here, but I'm not seeing any blood. I don't know. It was around here somewhere. That's okay. You don't have to be right on top of it. And this was something no one explained to me. So we're going to have Gunner heal. We didn't get that 55 meters. So we're going to have Siegfried here, rather. Come on up. Okay, and now we're going to tell him to track. Again, he will go for that searching for blood. As soon as he finds that trail, it'll say tracking blood. Now again, we can obviously see that animal's laying right there. But still, we want to get him that experience. So he's tracking blood. Like I said, he's doing it slow right now because he is low level. And there he found the harvest. So our next habit, praise, lay down. Again, he'll be quiet now. He won't spook anything else. And he'll stay right beside that harvest. And again, we can check him on the hunter mate. So when in doubt of where your dog is, especially when they're tracking, pull out your hunter mate. All right, so he found the harvest. He's a good boy. Again, praise and lay down. Now we can collect up this harvest. All right, let's go after another one. We know there's a couple more here. And again, he's lying down. We know we're safe. Said it's whenever you get into areas with animals, you want to go from letting your dog just idle and run around wherever they want to take full control of your dog. You tell them when to lie down, when to move, when to stop, everything. And that will stop all the annoying behavior of them running around, making noise, bumping into you, throwing off your aim, all of that. All right, so now like we've done before, we just let the dog automatically run up when we got 55 meters away. Okay, another thing you can do, see, like we have that deer coming right there, is we can tell him to heel now and have him come up. And again, we don't have to turn around and look at him. We can track him on the hunter mate and see that he's going to come rocking up here beside us. And if he gets too close to that animal, again, okay, now we'll tell him to lay down. And he is not going to spook this critter. Okay, now everything's spooked. Man, that's a gimme. That is a gimme. Okay. This is a very short trail, but we're going to show you one trick, okay? So we have Gunner here, or Siegfried here, rather. We're going to have him heal. We're going to have him come over here to where this blood is. Oh, stampede coming. Look at them all. I wonder if that's our wolves up there again. We've had some wolves come down into this zone from the north and really mess up our hunts. Oh, there's a nice big stag right there. Okay, but back to our lesson here. Okay, we know the blood's here, and we know the animal died right there. Like I said, we could walk over and pick him up ourselves, but that's not helping our dog at all. So we're going to have him track. Now, in this situation, we're going to imagine that this was a longer trail. That this animal took longer to bleed out, and we had to go like a couple 100 meters. Okay? And what can happen sometimes is while your dog is tracking and we're running after him, you could run into some more animals. Okay? So what do you do in that situation? Do you let your dog keep running and spook all those animals, or do you do something about it? Well, you do something about it. Once your dog is on the trail and tracking blood, and it says right above your compass there that he is tracking blood, you can give him the command at any time to sit, stay, or lay down. And he will stop dead in his tracks and stop tracking. So then immediately he does not spook any of your other animals. Okay? When you get your shot on your second animal, or they spook or whatever, the coast is clear, then you can tell him to track. Give him that track command a second time, because he laid down right on the blood trail. Okay? And when you give him that track command a second time, he'll stand back up and get right back on that trail that he was on. Okay, so this is a short track, but we'll see if we can illustrate this. So we'll give him the track command. He's searching for blood. We want to watch. We'll see him go from searching for blood to tracking blood. Tracking blood. Okay, he's going to start off. Oh shit, there's a big old buck out there. Lay down, buddy. Okay. Now we have our hypothetical big buck standing right there. Bang! We sight him in. We drop him. Okay. Coast is clear. And now we want Gunner, or Siegfried in this case, to get back on the trail. You see, he laid down literally right next to a big old blood splotch. So now we give him that track a second time, and he will search for the blood. He's literally right next to it. He may backtrack a little bit, but that's okay. There, he's tracking blood. He is right back on the trail, and he will finish the job. So just because your dog's tracking, you still control them. You take total control of your dog. Okay, there he found it. So again, a habit to get into. Praise and lay down. Okay, so now let's take a look at our dog. Hey, he's up to level 5 companion already. We've only been on this video for 45 minutes. He is already level 5 as a companion. And he is level 3 as a tracker because we've been getting him this easy XP. Now you can see he's only got 2 lightning bolts of focus because we've had him tracking, we've had him working. That will recover on its own in time. The higher the level the dog is, the quicker he gets his focus back. Okay, so at low level, you may have to be a little bit patient with him. And he only has 1 heart for his bond for content. So we need to go up here, and we need to say, all right, first we'll have him sit up, because we have to be able to get that other radial menu to come up. So we wait here a moment for him to sit up. We may have to move around a little bit. There we go, there. So now we can pet our dog and go, who's a good boy? Alright, we pet him. And wait a second, there we go. Play with him. Now he's back to 2 hearts. And give him a cookie. Boom, there he's up to 3 hearts again. And then again, that's going to get him that maximum experience as a companion. And you can see it also restored the 3 lightning bolts of his focus, and now he's ready to work again. So let's pick up this one, and we'll get back on the case here. Now he's going to sit, and we'll tell him to heal. So let's move on up here. We did have these animals up here. A big old group of them got disturbed, I think by the wolves. We've been having some problems with them, but they should be back in here by now. Okay, so far we've shown your dog in his primary role as a tracker. He also has 2 other roles, or 1 other role. One that's being radar. Okay, there are 2 other situations where your dog comes in very, very helpful. One is when predators are nearby, and since we suspect there may be wolves in this area, that will come in very, very handy. Any of your predator species, coyote, wolves, bobcat, what else? Jackal, lion, bear, actually I don't think are considered predators. But any of your other predator species, when we get close or they get close to us, he'll start to growl real low. And that is a little bit of a radar to let you know something's close, something harmful that you might not even see or hear. Okay, the other situation where he is radar is what's called critical position. Okay, now we're in here in some pretty thick, not very thick, but some thick vegetation. There could be a deer hiding right behind that tree, and we wouldn't see him. If we start getting too close, and we hear our dog start to whine, and right above our compass we see a status saying critical position, that means we are about to spook something. And that has got me kills a lot of times. There have been animals, like I said, in bushes, in shrubs, that I didn't even know were there, and my dog let me know about it with that critical position. So as soon as you hear that, that little whine, stop, drop, look around. Oh shit, there's something, where's he at? You know something's around. Same way with that growl. Stop, drop, look around, because something's very, very close to you. So your dog can definitely do more than be a tracker and be a companion. They're also a protector and a second spotter for you. A lot of people do not use their dogs in that way. And I think some may not even really know about it. But, man, that's got me kills and saved my ass more than once. Especially with, like, I'm on Yukon with the wolves. It saved my ass in Virunga with the lions. There was a lion sitting like 5 meters from me. I had no freaking clue until he started growling. Oh yeah, when your dog is at low level, have them track everything. Even if it's an instant kill and you drop them, get a heart shot, drop them in their tracks. They don't even take one step. Have your dog track them. If they've been like the ones we've had today where they've gone 4 or 5 steps and dropped, have your dog track them. Get them that free XP, get them that easy XP, and you will be surprised how quickly they will go up in level. And as he goes up in level, he will find blood quicker. He will search a little bit bigger area for blood. When he tracks, he will not be walking. He'll be freaking running. Like, it'll be all you can do to keep up with him. There we go. There's one up here. All right, so now we see this animal up here. We're already crouched, but we're going to have our dog lay down so he's not up here running around. You can see here. He's going to lay down, be totally silent, and we even have one right down here. Oh, and there's a nice buck right there. Okay, so now he is not going to spook any of these guys, and we can move around here and get us a good shot. Look at them all looking at us. There's another one right there. There's another buck. That looks like a 5. And we are not concealed. Let's see if this bush will conceal us. Nope. Alright, so yeah, I see you there. As soon as you step out from behind your bodyguard there, we're going to shoot you in the face. Alright, we need to lay down. Now, your dog, basically, these animals, when he's laying down, these deer would literally have to come up and almost step on him before he spooks them. But if he's not laying around and he's idle and he's running around, barking, whatever, breathing heavy, he can spook everything around you. But now that he's laying down, we're laying down, yeah, you can see how close they had to get to us and to him before they'd spooked. But where's that big old male at? You can see these critters are rolling. There he is. There he is right there. 40. Oh, he just ran. Okay. So let's just take one of these guys right here. Any of these will do for our purpose. Oh! Oh, man, they kicked us. Stampede, stampede. Okay, so this will be a good example here now. We had all these animals in here running around like crazy. We don't know which one we shot. Everything was all confused. We know the animal was very close, but we're not exactly sure where. Look at that big group of them up there too, my goodness. So let's have Siegfried check for blood. Okay, oh, it dropped right there. Okay, we didn't even see it. And again, when in doubt where your dog is, check the mini-map. You're the big dot, your dog is the little dot. Okay, now that was another gimme. That was another easy experience for our dog. So as soon as they find it, praise them. And again, you may have to give the commands a couple times and lay down. So now he'll stay right by that harvest. And we can take our attention, like, right to there. Hello. There's a nice 680 meters. Turn back around there, buddy. Come on, you want to. Turn around. Yeah, Jedi mind tricks. They work. Ba-doom. All right. So we're going to have him track that one here next. Previously spotted animal. It's right in here. I think that's pretty close. Alright, so now these guys are all stirred up. We can come pick this one up. And we're kind of far away from where we shot that one. That was what, about 70 meters we took that shot. We're going to try and see if Siegfried here can find that blood from here. Because there are times he may not find the blood. So if he searches around and says, track not found, yeah, see, or he found scat, that's okay. You can set yourself up a little search pattern. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we'll move forward maybe 20-30 meters tops. Just a bit. Okay, time to track again. See if he finds it now. If he doesn't, move like another, 20-30 steps. Okay, he did not find it there, so we'll move forward a little bit more. And that way we're tracking this whole area. And he's searching a much bigger area than what we can. Oh, there's a nice one up there too. Okay, there, it looks like he found it. When they go running off like that, that's a pretty good clue that they're going to find blood. Okay, there he goes. And he'll bark to let you know what direction he's in, so you can use that as a clue. Or, again, use your hunter mate. You're the big dot, he's the little dot. So it's showing him as searching for blood, and there he goes. He's tracking blood. So now he's not walking. We got him up 2 levels. He's starting to trot a little bit. As he goes up in level, he'll go from a walk to a trot to a full-on run. And you can see, he's kind of lost up in the bushes. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? We can go right on our hunter mate, and we can follow him. Now, your dog does have an outline. Like when he's behind bushes, you can see ours is yellow. You can customize that just like your active tracks, things like that. You can pick what color you want, and that is down here, your dog outline, whether it's on or off, and what color it is. Like we can make that like blue, let's say. And you can change that at any time. Okay, now our dog is blue, our tracks are pink, and we can spot him through the trees, behind bushes, behind rocks, etc. Okay, now your dog will stop every so often and bark so that you can stay on the trail. Okay, now this is a very low bleed rate, so this will be a nice one to see how far he goes. Now we can run to follow him, or since we know there are still other animals in the area, we can kind of trot here a little bit, walk, and if we see something else big, we can stop our dog tracking. Oh, he's going back this way. You say, there's those animals, man. When they get shot, they'll do some tricky, confusing things. Double back on themselves, go double and triple times over their own tracks. Especially bear, man. They are pricks when it comes to tracking them. They'll go through the thickest, nastiest underbrush they can find and make it very difficult for you as a hunter to follow them. But your dog, man, he does not have those issues. Right on that trail. Okay, there he is right there. Now again, let your dog go until he changes to harvest found, because that'll get him the experience. Yes, and he there, boom, he leveled up as a tracker again. So praise him, tell him to lay down. That'll get his hearts up. That'll get his focus back. And there we go. We just made that tracking damn near effortless. And we come up here and claim the trophy. Yeah, we shot him in the leg, or in the flesh. We tried going for a heart shot. We were a little bit low. All right, so sit up here, buddy. Guess what? You earned yourself a cookie. Again, have him sit. Get in close to where you have this icon and give him a goodie. There, he's our best friend again. And let's see how we did. Again, we're going to go to our menu, go to hunting dog, and look here. We've been at this about an hour, and we've already got our dog up to level 5, got his first trait unlocked. He's almost at level 6 as a companion, and we got him up to level 4 as a tracker. Very, very easy once you know what's going on. Like I said, but the big thing is, the big complaint like I had, because I didn't know any better, whenever you're in close to animals, or you even suspect there's animals around, take total control of the dog. Like I say, and the technique I use is have him lay down, I move out ahead, and like this, and if I move out ahead and I don't see anything, I'll let it go until he automatically heals at 55 meters. Okay? And then I'll let him move up, and he will give you a little bark. Why can't I not jump? There we go. And he will give a little bark, and as well the status above our compass will change. Which is better investment, dog treats or odor eliminator? Odor eliminator, definitely. Definitely. And there's Potts in chat saying, hey, sup, mate? Hey, Potts, what's going on? Giving a little tutorial on the dog, how to use them, how to get them XP, how to control them. I think you might invest more in the dog now. That's cool. But yeah, definitely odor eliminator is a better investment, because you have other ways of getting those hearts. You can play with the dog, and you can pet the dog and keep those hearts up. You do not necessarily have to have the doggy treats. But they do help get them their hearts back. Now, if your dog does get down to only one heart in that bond, they will still level up as a companion. Okay? They just won't do it as quickly. Okay, so if you're out running around and you're getting into a good hunt and you're popping stuff and chasing them down and you forget to pet your dog or you forget to give them a treat, it's okay. All right? They'll get down to one heart. He will still keep getting experience. It's just when they have 3 hearts or 2 hearts or 3 hearts, they will get that experience just a little bit quicker. And when you give them a command, they will respond a little bit faster. It's only matters of a little bit. It's not a major difference. Okay? So yeah, definitely do not sacrifice your scent eliminator to buy cookies. And there, our dog leveled up again just by being out, hanging out with us. Any other questions about the dog? Any tips? Anybody wants to throw in any experiences that they might have had? Said we talked about purchasing a dog, how to activate them, how to put them back in the kennel. Just because you have a dog out doesn't mean you have to have them out all the time. We talked about getting experience, the 2 types. As a companion, experience as a tracker, how to get them. The big thing there is get them all that experience that you can. And there's Matt saying, lurking on the seas. Arg, he's being a pirate. He's not plugged in, so he can't hear you, but got me open. Okay. But yeah, have them track everything, even the ones that drop in their tracks, even the heart shots. Have them track everything. Get that maximum experience as a tracker. Let's see, what else did we talk about? We talked about the other roles of your dog, not just a tracker, not just a companion, but a second set of eyes. Like I said, whenever you have... oh, hello. There's a 6 hard. So immediately, again, we're going to have the dog lay down. And we're going to try and go up here and kill this one. But yeah, the others, where he's a second set of eyes, when you have predators in close, he'll growl very low. And the critical position, that when you're about to spook something, he will whine. Holy shit, there's a 7 too. Come on down, fellas. I think we might be able to drop both of these sons of bitches. What range were they at? 150, 180. Alright, he's behind a tree. Where did the bigger one go? Okay, I'm getting distracted here. Yeah, the other roles of your dog. And there is a perk or a trait later on that you can get, that when you get attacked by predators, mainly the wolves and the lions, there is a chance, it's not guaranteed, but there is a chance that your animal, your dog, will jump in and try to save you. Let's see, we talked about what commands to give them, when to give them. Okay, so now we've fired, and we spooked everything by using the rifle. Now we can have now it's safe for us to move, it's safe for our dog to move. Is there a way to use him to spot or provoke birds? No, not with this dog. There is not, unfortunately. But you can whistle. Now on Xbox, it's the right bumper. If I hold the right bumper, you hear that? Try it again. Okay? That, if you're close to birds, that will provoke birds. That will get them, like the pheasants on on Mexico, that will get them to jump up in the air. What a lot of people do is that they will carry the 22, and they, instead of shooting right at the bird, they will shoot right beside the bird and spook them a little bit. They'll even use the 22 with big game. Like if an animal is walking away from you, they will take the 22 and pop a shot right next to them to try and get them to turn around. That was one thing I did mention earlier, that I hope, I have my fingers crossed. There is no confirmation, no way, shape, or form, but I would like to see other types of dogs. I would like to see a pointer, one that can track an animal before you shoot them. With the Bloodhound, that's literally what their name says, Bloodhound. They can only track blood. I would love to see a pointer that could track animals before you shoot them, and I would love to see a retriever, you know, for your bird hunters, that you can send them out in front of you to kick the birds up in the air, and more importantly, to go gather them up for you. I would love to see that. But that's just my opinion. So let's go up here. We'll get Siegfried here. Some more free XP. Yeah, this video ended up costing me a little bit more than I expected. Okay, lay down. Lay down. Lay down. There you go. Like I said, sometimes you might have to give them that command a couple times before it takes. But get in that habit as soon as you see something. Oh, he's right in behind those bushes too. Get in that habit. As soon as you crouch down, have him crouch down. Have him lay down. Stop, drop, and look. Oh, no, that's not an albino. Alright, so now we spooked everything. Now it's safe for us to move around. And we got one down. We'll still have our dog track him. That's going to be free, easy money, as we say. Free XP. And we know we shot that other one in here somewhere. Again, big tips. You do not have to be right on the blood. You can be up to probably like 20, 30 meters away. So get close. Try to search. If they're not lucky and they don't find it, oh, there he found it. It was right there. Move forward 10 meters, 15 meters. Tell him to search again, and make yourself that little like a little search grid. Again, always use your hunter mate to keep track of them, and as soon as he finds something, praise him, tell him to lay down. See, so now if we weren't right here, he would stay right beside that. We'd be able to track him right to this kill. And again, let them find the harvest. That gets him the most XP. Okay, so we know we're not very close to where we are. There we go. Search for blood. Oh, there he goes running off. He's found something. See, now look at him. He's not walking. He's not trotting. He's fucking running. And he is only level like 3 or 4 as a tracker. But let him find the harvest. Get him the most XP you can. Wait for that status to change. You know, even though he's standing right beside this dead deer, he has not found the harvest yet. There, found harvest. Praise him. Lay down. Lay down, be quiet. And there was a 6. Oh, we shot him twice. Okay. We did catch him twice. Okay, so that is a very, very basic deal on the dog. You always want to be checking back. Like I said, just go in your main menu and go to your hunting dog. And because you can miss traits sometimes, like I said, we have to go to level 10. And this was a brand new dog. Here we are just over an hour. We already have him up to level 6, almost level 7 as a companion, and level 4, almost level 5 as a tracker in like an hour. So is there any other questions or any other comments? And you can see there his attentiveness, his lightning bolts just came back. Just give him a little bit of time, he'll recharge.